So now what we're going to do is grab data from the raw data and paste it here in the stage. You see it's empty. So because we're going to use the stage to connect to use the data here to upload all the dim and fact tables. So we need to grab data from the stage. Let's go look. All this data, we're going to grab it, transform it, and put in the global retail stage. Okay, let's go close this up. We are going to, I'll recommend you to always create different packages. I'm going to close this, save all. And here I'm going to create a new package. And I'm going to call this package um, ETL stage. Means I'm going to extract, transform, and load the data from the raw to the stage. So that will be my yes. All right. So here in the left, I have execute task and data flow task. The data flow task is an empty container, as you might think, that allows us to connect to the server to grab the source, grab the data, transform it, and then upload the data, dump the data, insert the data into the table that we selected. So we are going to use the data flow task. If you don't have it open in the bottom, you can also look for different types of tasks here in the bottom. Usually by default, you have this already on top. And now we are going to connect this. So this is going to be for my stage. So here, if you double click here, so you can move between the on top you have a selection control data flow control data flow. So data flow is we are inside of that functionality. Here, once you move to the data flow task, the favorites here changes. Now you have destination assistant and source assistant. In the data flow, you have data flow task and execute task. Once you are inside of the data flow task, you have the data flow. The data flow allows you to grab a source assistant and a destination. And meaning you're going to use this functionality to get the data and the destination to dump the data. So let's go grab first a destination assistant. Always on top first. Okay, so it says select your source type. It can be Excel, flat file, Oracle, but I actually need to connect to the server because that's what we connected. We're connecting here to this one, right? Okay, new. Going to do a new connection. The last one, we did it on the bottom. This is just a different way. Here at the bottom, we're going to connect to the client. And now I'm not going to paste my server. I'm going to let this look for it. It's going to take a few seconds. If you see this, do not cancel it. It does take a little while to look for it. I'm just doing this way so you get to see a different way that you can connect and get the data. And I know it takes a little while. That's why I copy paste because it's a lot faster. Okay, see, it takes a while, but it finds it. Once it finds it, it's asking you, okay, so from where you want to grab that data. So I know that I have my raw data here in Global Retail DW. So, okay, so let's go again. On the top, you have the server native client that is the local host. So you're using your computer server. Here is the name of my server, and this is this. So this is my server. I'm using MS SQL Server 2019. You can use other versions, that's fine. I'm using Windows Authentication and the name of my data warehouse is Global Retail. And okay. And in the bottom, you also have a name here, very long. I'm going to rename and I'm going to use this as call this source because this is going to allow me to grab the data. This is going to grab the raw data. In the bottom, we're going to grab a destination assistant and make sure that the destination assistant is on the bottom, not on top, not next to, in the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. However, this time I'm going to grab this because I don't want to be waiting for so long to connect. So on top, once again, the client. If you're using um, server that is a company server, school server, your server might be different. All right, because you're using a server from the school or from your work. Since I'm using local and installing my computer, so that's my server name. All right, and that's going to be the stage table. All right, so before we can connect things, I had to go here and grab the raw data. So the source is the name here in the bottom. Oh, I didn't change the name of the other one. I'll change it. Let me change it for you guys first. So in the bottom here, I'm going to change to, you gotta be organized when you work with this because you're gonna have multiple package, multiple connections, and they do different things. Before I connect one to another, let's go to the raw uh, source assistant. And here the source name is the one in the bottom, is the connection. I want to, what that I want to grab is a table, a view. Do not grab anything else because we're not adding a distinct or nothing like that. And in here, I'm going to grab the raw data, right? And I can go to the columns here and it'll tell me, oh, look, everything that you're grabbing here. For example, if you don't want to grab everything from it, you can deselect something. So I don't need city, for example. You don't have to grab that, okay? In my case, we need everything. So we're going to say, okay, all right. Before you can double click the other one, right? Here you see this destination table name is not provided. We're going to connect. You must follow the steps. You had to first grab the data that you're coming from. In our cases, the raw data. Then you connect, and now we're going to edit this. All right. Our connection manage is the destination. We are going to dump that data. Where are we going to dump it? In the stage. Remember, it's empty and we need to put the data there. Okay. Now, let's go look at this. Very important. Okay. So, here on top it says stage key ignore, shipping key ignore, customer key ignore, uh, product key ignore, and everything else is mapped. Why is that ignored? The stage key is going to be created, is going to be auto incremented when I put the code saying, for example, I said identity 1, comma 1, it means that the system, once I upload the data, is going to auto increment a key in an order 1, 2, 3, incremented by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so forth, right? Now, the shipping key, customer key, and product key is going to be imported from the stage and the dimension table. So you need to ignore it. They need to be null. All right. So double checking. These four keys here needs to be ignored and everything else it needs to be mapped. So region data is going to be put in the region data. Product ID in the product ID field. Okay. Okay. And now that I have map, grab the data from the raw table and it's going to be dumped. I already look at the data types and I already look at the fields, everything okay. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say execute task. And I see that everything was uploaded properly. So let's go and look at this. So let's go get out of the bug. So here, and I'm going to go to my, because it is this is it is a connection between the tools, the that does the extract, transform, and load, and the tool that is a container, a repository that keeps your data, right? I'm going to refresh. Sometimes when you refresh, you don't see it. Just close the Microsoft SQL Server Managed Studio, open it again, and you'll see the tables refresh. So let's go here, going to see the rows, and here they are. So you have all the data has been uploaded to the stage. Okay, so that's the end of this video.